LCID stock appears to be consolidating within a longer term bearish trend. In this session of today, the 7th of August 2024, it hasn't really gained very much, but it is in positive territory. On this 1 minute chart, we can see that not that it's going to be of much help to you, but we saw what looked like a volatility bubble just right after the market opened. You can see an expansion there, and that expansion is still very much in place. It's growing as well. It didn't really contract. It contracted slightly, but it's moving up to expand further. Okay, the highs of the session so far is around $3.18. What we know for sure is that as of the 24th of July up to the 31st, we saw that its 20-day moving average appeared to be a primary demand line. It pivoted around there and bounced, gained some strength and continued to trade around there. But the reverse became the case from the first, just not long ago, from the 1st of August. And we're now seeing it as well, pick up some pivot from its 50-day moving average, and it's with time it may become a primary demand line, just like the 50-day moving average did. But all in all, we can see that there's a good chance that we now have a decline to a 200-day moving average and a rise in 50-day moving average. There's a good chance it may trade between this 200-day moving average and this 50-day moving average, or rather, 50-day moving average. So, and that 50-day moving average is roughly at around $3.29 or thereabouts. So, and we have determined that the probability that it will surpass 3.29 is around 65.28%. And the probability that it will not is 34.711%. So anything could happen. It could continue to trade within this range of 3.29 and where it is currently right now. 3.29 and where it closed yesterday. On the rather 5th, Monday the 5th. So it is the probability that it will continue to trade between 3.29 and $3 or thereabouts is around 34%. The probability that it will surpass $3.29 is 65%. Just because of the fact that it has actually printed those sort of prices, and at various times in a couple of days ago, the moving averages for the price of the stock was also hovering around the $3.4, $3.64, and $3.43. So statistically, it has a potential to do even better. To get to the sort of levels where it was as of late July. Seeing its 10-period moving average or 20-day moving average serving as a primary primary demand line around there. Whenever you got around those sort of that moving average, buyers came to buy more. So a lot happened then. It seems statistically, it's just this is a sort of pointer that maybe there was, or rather, so to some extent, even trying to validate the theory that indeed this 20-day moving average was indeed a primary supply line. So actually the 20-day moving average has actually sloping downwards now. Its weakness has actually set in, because obviously the price has bottomed out. It has broken through that moving average. So we can actually go ahead and even try and see the probability of it surpassing this 20-day moving average, which is currently at $3.46. So we can come back here on trading view and see where we can use 3.47. We just need to go back and slide sideways and pick up the moving averages we have there. It's hard to see what the prices are. What the values are. 3.47. We have 3.44 as a moving average. 3.44. Standard deviation is 0.0967, and slide sideways again, we have 3.65, and standard deviation is 0.2683, and slide again sideways. Let's see, this will take us all the way back to 11th of July. We have 2.94, standard deviation of 0.2519, and yeah, I think that's the much we can do. So we take these three values and see what we can determine. 3.44 plus 3.65 plus 2.94, 10. Okay, 10 divided by 3 is 3.34, and then we take the standard deviations and sum them up. 0.0967 plus 0.263 plus 0.2519 divided by 3, we have 0.20556. So we input the numbers here. So probability that it will surpass 3.29 we have as 65%, and the probability that it will not surpass is 34.71. Okay, so this time around we're trying to determine the probability that it will surpass its 20-day moving average, which is currently at somewhere around we found it at 3.47. That's what we determined it as. So 3.34 here, moving average. So standard deviation is 0.2056. No, sorry. Our projection is we have 3.34 here, and our projection is 3.47. Standard deviation is 0.2056. Okay, so the probability that it will remain below 3.47, below its 20 period moving average on its daily chart, is 73.64%. The probability that it will surpass it is 26.36. So it's still, even though it doesn't look like a lot, but within 26% there's a huge amount of certainty in there. Yeah, there's a huge amount of certainty in there. So that's what's going on. The expansion is still there, volatility is still expanding, even though it's just coming in slightly. So, but regardless, okay, yeah, at some point the price moved out of its price channel. This is on its 1 minute chart, but it has since come in. So let's have a look at its 4-hour chart. It'll be a little bit more long term and may serve more purpose by the time you're watching this. So yes, at some point, not today, previously yesterday was outside of its price channel, has moved back in. So it's now ripe for, as these conditions are now ripe for a significant spike. Will it occur? That's another story altogether. So yeah, that's another story altogether. So we have a few probabilities. Okay, the probability that it will surpass its 200-day moving average is around 65%. The probability that it will not is around 34.71%. The probability that it will surpass its 20-day moving average is we have it as 24%. The probability that it will not surpass it is around 21% or thereabouts. Here we have them here. Yeah, 73% is the probability that it will not surpass its 20-day moving average. The probability that it will surpass it is 26.34. So see what you make of LCID, and thank you very much for watching this video.